Your brain's lying to you right now. Not in some abstract philosophical way, but in a measurable physical sense that's sabotaging your mental health. And nobody's telling you about it. Here's what I mean. When someone gets depressed or anxious, we treat it like it's all in their head, like they just need to think better thoughts or find the right medication. But what if I told you that depression isn't actually one thing? It's 7 different things, each with completely different causes in the brain. Treating them all the same is like giving everyone with chest pain the same pill, without checking if it's heartburn or a heart attack. That's the problem with modern psychiatry. We're the only medical specialty that treats an organ without ever looking at it. Imagine going to a cardiologist who never checked your heart, or an orthopedist who refused to x-ray your broken bone. Sounds insane, right? Yet that's exactly how we handle mental health. After scanning over 130,000 brains from 111 countries, I can tell you this with certainty. When your brain works right, you work right. When it's troubled, you have trouble in your life. It's that straightforward. But here's the twist. Most of what's breaking your brain has nothing to do with your thoughts or your willpower. 25% of your brain is made of omega-3 fatty acids. If those are low, your brain literally can't communicate with itself properly. Yet, 97% of the population has suboptimal levels. That's not a mental health crisis. That's a nutrition crisis masquerading as one. Or take blood flow. 40% of 40-year-olds have erectile dysfunction. Know what that really means? 40% of 40-year-olds have brain dysfunction, because blood flow problems anywhere mean blood flow problems everywhere. Your brain is drowning in its own oxygen deprivation, and everyone's asking why you can't just snap out of being depressed. The foods you're eating aren't helping either. There's a study from Australia that looked at 2 islands, one with fast food restaurants, one without. The fast food island had 5 times the depression rate. 5 times. Just from the food. Someone recently went blind from eating only Pringles and French fries because they were so vitamin deficient. Junk food doesn't just make you fat, it makes you blind, demented, and depressed. But it gets worse. Your brain is under assault from directions you've never considered. That furniture polish smell in your house. It's dissolving fat, and 60% of your brain is fat. Mold exposure can make you suicidal. Head trauma from a car accident 10 years ago is still causing your anger issues today. But nobody's connected those dots because nobody looked at your brain. Here's the part that'll really mess with you. Even your thoughts about your thoughts are probably wrong. We've been taught that our feelings generate our thoughts, but it's backwards. Your thoughts generate your feelings. If you think your spouse is cheating, even if they're not, your body responds exactly as if you're being chased by a tiger. The body doesn't distinguish between imagined threats and real ones. This is where it gets interesting. When you're depressed, you don't actually have more problems than anyone else. You have more automatic negative thoughts. Your brain is running a broken filter that turns neutral situations into catastrophes. But here's the kicker. That broken filter isn't a personality flaw. It's often just inflammation in your brain from bad food, low omega-3s, or toxins you don't even know you're exposed to. I've seen this play out thousands of times. Someone comes in with severe depression, multiple suicide attempts, tried every medication. We put them on an elimination diet. Within minutes of adding back corn, they have their first suicidal thought. They weren't mentally ill. They were corn sensitive. Their brain was inflamed, and inflammation makes you want to die. The implications here are staggering. What if most of what we call mental illness is actually just an inflamed, undernourished, traumatized, or toxic brain trying to function in impossible conditions? What if your overactive, lying brain isn't the problem? It's trying to tell you something's physically wrong. Because here's what nobody's saying. You're not stuck with the brain you have. Every day, your brain makes about 700 new cells in the hippocampus. Your behavior either helps them grow or kills them. The question isn't whether your brain can change. It's whether you know how to change it. And that's exactly what most people get catastrophically wrong. Let me show you what most doctors will never tell you about changing your brain. First, understand this. Your brain isn't some fixed object you're stuck with forever. Every single day, you're generating roughly 700 new brain cells in your hippocampus. Right now, as you're processing this information, your brain is literally building new cells. But here's where it gets wild. Your choices in the next 24 hours determine whether those cells thrive or die. Think about that for a second. The donut you ate this morning? That decision just killed some of your new brain cells. The walk you took at lunch? You just gave hundreds of them a better chance at survival. Your brain is constantly being rebuilt based on what you do, what you eat, how you move, and even what you think. Most people assume brain cells age and deteriorate. Wrong. Recent research shows brain cells don't age. Your blood vessels age. Anything damaging your blood vessels is damaging your brain. That's why the guy with erectile dysfunction isn't just having bedroom problems. He's got brain problems too, because blood flow issues anywhere mean blood flow issues everywhere. Here's something nobody talks about. Exercise isn't just good for your body. When you move, you're literally pumping more oxygen and nutrients into your brain. Ginkgo biloba, beets, even pepper. These aren't just health foods. They're brain foods because they increase blood flow. Simple stuff. But most people would rather pop a pill than eat a beet. And speaking of pills, let's address the elephant in the room. Antidepressants work about as well as placebos for mild to moderate depression. That's not me being controversial. That's Harvard research. But here's the kicker. They work much better when combined with proper nutrition, exercise, sleep, and hormone optimization. It's almost like treating the whole system works better than just drugging one part of it. Sleep apnea alone triples your Alzheimer's risk. Why? Because your brain is the most oxygen-hungry organ in your body. When you stop breathing dozens of times per night, you're murdering thousands of brain cells. But guys won't wear a CPAP machine because it doesn't feel masculine. You know what else doesn't feel masculine? Forgetting your grandkids' names at 65. The toxin exposure most people ignore is staggering. 60% of lipstick in America contains lead. Your furniture is off-gassing chemicals that dissolve the fat in your brain. That new car smell everyone loves? It's literally toxic to your neurons. Download the Think Dirty app and scan your personal products. You'll probably throw out half your bathroom like I did. But the real game changer is understanding that depression isn't one thing. It's at least 7 different types. A DD isn't one thing, it's 7 different things. Addiction has at least 5 distinct patterns. Giving everyone with depression the same pill is like giving everyone with chest pain nitroglycerin. That's not medicine, that's guessing. Some brains work too hard, others don't work hard enough. Some have low activity in the frontal lobes. Others have overactive emotional centers. You can't know which you have unless you look. But 99% of psychiatrists never look at the organ they're treating. When someone's brain scan shows holes, areas of decreased blood flow, it might be drugs. Or it could be the guy working in a furniture factory inhaling organic solvents all day, dissolving the fat in his brain while trying to support his family. One marriage therapist called him a jerk with narcissistic personality disorder. His brain scan revealed he was being poisoned at work. Fix the poisoning, fix the marriage. No amount of talk therapy helps a toxic brain. The food piece is massive. 72% of Americans are overweight. As your weight goes up, the actual size and function of your brain goes down. This isn't about vanity. It's about whether you'll recognize your spouse in 20 years. Obesity increases 5 of the 11 major brain risk factors. It lowers blood flow, accelerates aging, increases inflammation, stores toxins, and converts healthy hormones into cancer-promoting estrogen. America has 4% of the world's population, but took 15% of COVID deaths. Not because the virus was worse here, because we're metabolically destroyed as a nation. 63% of COVID hospitalizations were linked to poor diet. We could have prevented most of this crisis by actually addressing the root cause instead of just treating symptoms. But nobody wants to hear that message. It's easier to take a pill than change your life. Except the pill doesn't work without the lifestyle changes anyway. Your brain needs proper fuel, movement, sleep, stress management, and purpose. Without those foundations, you're building on sand. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's your best chance at a better life. But you have to treat it like the organ it is, not some abstract concept floating in your skull. Every choice you make today writes tomorrow's brain scan. That meal, that walk, that decision to finally deal with your sleep apnea, they all matter more than you realize. You're not optimizing for some distant future version of yourself. You're deciding right now whether those 700 new brain cells survive or die. The broken filter making you miserable. It's fixable. The inflammation convincing you life isn't worth living. It's treatable. The blood flow problems stealing your memory? They're reversible. But only if you stop treating your brain like it's supposed to run on willpower alone. Nobody's coming to save you. Your doctor probably won't order the tests that matter. The system isn't designed to look at your actual brain. You have to do this yourself. Start with one thing. Get your omega-3 levels tested. Fix your sleep. Cut the sugar. Move your body. Whatever you can actually do consistently, do that. Because a slightly better brain today becomes a dramatically better life tomorrow. Your brain's been lying to you, but now you know why. The question is what you're going to do about it.